Hey, it's Brett. So I'm going to start doing a little more instruction during the videos for a while. I'm going to start with a blaster pose. This is really good for the hip. It's a complex and compound pose because I'm going to be flexing one leg and extending the other. So when I say flex, that's extension, that's flexion. When you close a joint, that's flexion. When you open a joint, it's extension. So we start tabletop position. I'm going to swing my right leg up to my right hand. Now, right now it's straight up and down, but I'm going to move it a little bit forward because I like that. And I'm going to turn my foot out a little bit. And then I'm going to slide my back leg back. And I'm going to go right there. Whew, I'm already a little bit tight. Alexa, 5-minute timer. Should have grabbed those bricks. There we go. I'll use them in a bit. Now, a couple things. My foot's rotated out. That's fine. This can flail out. My knee is supported because I'm right on my knee, so this is a fairly safe pose. And we're in a deep lunge attempting to, in the one case, work on the back of my leg, or my hammies, and on the other leg, work on the front of the leg, the quads. Now, let's go through the general principles here. Wet noodle. As much as possible, the parts of my body that I'm not stretching, I'm going to have them relaxed. Now, this is a terrible time to be talking about wet noodle because notice, not relaxed, but also not bent. That takes effort. Locking out your arm takes less effort. So I'm using this primarily for balance. Also, I will slowly go lower. In fact, I'll go ahead and go lower right now. And when I do so, perpendicular. So wet noodle. Next principle, passive tension over time. So need to hold these 2 minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes. It takes around 2 minutes to really start to get your nervous system calmed down to the point where you can start to get some relaxing of the muscles, specifically the sarcomeres in the muscles. After 5 minutes, you're probably getting, law of diminishing returns, the Pareto rule, so 80-20. You can certainly go longer than that, and for some poses like splits, I'll do that. But try to work up to 2 minutes, and then meet or beat your times. So if you get 2 minutes, great. Then maybe after one more time, you do 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Work your way up slowly over time. Once you get to 5 minutes, probably better to mix it up a bit. And then breathe to relax. Now, since I'm talking, that's a little bit more difficult, but we want to do 5 breaths a minute or less, or fewer, rather. And inhale to force a count of 4 seconds, exhale to a count of 8. By doing that, you're going to be upregulating your parasympathetic nervous system and downregulating your sympathetic nervous system. A couple more things. It's how it feels, not how it looks. These are yoga poses. Some of these are yoga poses. Some of these are not yoga poses, but we're not practicing yoga. We're practicing deep flexibility. Since the intention is different, I'm going to have different emphasis. For example, if I were in down dog, I'd probably want to consider the crease of my elbow. That's active, that's passive. And finally, sometimes, I'm old, so sometimes I'm sore and I have to go from where I am. So you have to go from where you are, not where you think you should be. You have to work with what is, not what you wish is or wish was. Ah, that's better right there. That's better height. Then the more you do these, the better sense of your body you get. You start to sort of feel where things are hitting and not hitting. Over time, the poses become a pleasure to do. Don't be afraid to play around and experiment with support. Alexa, stop. Okay. And I need to come out of these poses generally pretty slowly. This one, that's okay. But once you've got your muscles really stretched like this, you have to come out of it really slowly, or you're gonna injure yourself. Hey, Kitty, you're in the way. I need you to not be there. Come on, move. Seriously. Yeah, I need you to move. Yeah, stop complaining. I'm busy. You're in my way. Just because I love you doesn't mean you're not in my way. No, stop. Just stop, dude. I'm busy. Oh, that side's tight now. Now, one side is going to be a renegade side. This is my renegade side. I'm not going to do this, but you can, for example, go 4 minutes on one side and 6 on the other. That would be a nice way to get them back to more balanced. Alexa, 5-minute timer. A little higher on this, I think. Alexa, volume down. Chest not under me. Stop. Alexa, stop. Ooh, wow. Okay, that was good. All right, now I'm going to do hero or lightning bolt. All right, so for lightning bolt, first of all, I'm going to sit back on my heels. That's where a place to start. If you cannot get to your heels, you could do something like this. That's perfectly fine. If you can get to your heels, that's great. If you can do that, then maybe you keep your knees together but spread your feet apart, and then you sit down behind. Now I normally can't just start with my butt on the ground, so I'm going to start with a pillow for some support, and then I will slowly lower myself over the time. So Alexa, 5-minute timer. Alexa, how much time is left in the timer? Didn't think it. Alexa, 5-minute timer. Ah, there we go. Bit much. There we go. There, I made a stone hedge. Bit too much on the knees right now, so I'm going to come out just a touch. That's better. Alexa, stop. Thanks. Okay. My knee does not want to straighten. Okay. Now, one thing I didn't mention, this is the last thing you do. The stuff that I'm doing here. This is after all your other yang stuff or yang stuff. This is yin, though it's not yin yoga. That you don't want to do any kind of weight bearing or even really anything too complicated or hard for minimum two, more like 4 hours after. All right, I think I'm going to call it. I just wanted to quit evening. I did some half pigeon for about 20 minutes or maybe 10 minutes each side earlier, and I'll call it night. Good night. All right, hello, Josh.